So, hello, good evening to everybody. I'll be, if you remember, the EMI records with the loudspeaker and the dog. I'll be today really his master's voice, which is the UNECE, the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe. For those who don't know exactly what it is, it's a very old organization of the United Nations, established in 1947, and the aim initially was the economic recovery in Europe and integration. But then, very soon during the Cold War, it became a bridge between West and East. And after the fall of the Iron Curtain, the new countries deriving from the Soviet Union became all of them members and not only. So the Economic Commission for Europe has today 56 members, and it has 4 committees, and the committees of housing affordability, land and land management is the 4th one, but it is a very important one. I hope that the positive signals Mrs. Coletti gave us, they are going to continue, but we have to say that today housing and affordability is a burning issue. More than 100 million low and middle class people are housing cost overburdened. They spend 40% more from their income. And if you see a studio median price is between 21 to 51 approximately euros per square meter today, which really results in a very, very difficult situation, especially for young people. So we try in the UNECE to alleviate the situation, and especially the Committee for Urban Development, Housing and Land Management is dedicated to promote affordable, adequate climate-neutral housing, compact, inclusive, circular, resilient, smart and sustainable cities, transparent and efficient land use and property registration, which is very, very important. The unit comprises also, in spite of the committee I talked to you about, the Working Party on Land Administration, WPLA. It ends its session today. The Real Estate Market Advisory Group, I will talk to you about it later on. And recently, a new institution, which is the Forum of Mayors. And we have the 4th Forum of Mayors next October. The UNECE activities on affordable and social housing focuses on capacity building in the sectors of social housing provision and housing finance. And in collaboration with international organizations and countries, the committee activates in knowledge sharing, organizing workshops, symposiums, strategies, initiatives, studies and reports, as well as ministerial meetings, like the one we are going to have the 8th of October, this coming October. Another sector of activity of the UNECE are the country profiles and housing and land management. This is a very important instrument, which really is a tool to analyze countries' urban development, housing and land management policies, strategies, institutional and financial frameworks, and to compare the progress made internationally. The study is conducted on the request of UNECE member states, coordinated by the Secretariat of our committee, and drafted by independent international experts. UNECE's involvement does not end with the launch of the study. as it monitors and supports the implementation of country profile recommendations. For example, technical model projects, which is a very, very important field of activity. I'm not going to talk to you about the elder country profiles, but Albania has been finalized in 2023. Armenia is under preparation now, since 2024. Montenegro is planned for 2025, and Uzbekistan has been requested. The policy advice to implement UNEC guidelines on affordable, accessible, healthy housing is based on framework documents and action plans. First, the Geneva UN Charter on Sustainable Housing, which is a non-legally binding document that aims to support member states as they seek to ensure access to decent, adequate, affordable, and healthy housing for all. It was endorsed by the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe in April 2015. Its main purpose is to ensure access to decent, affordable, and healthy housing in the region. Its scope: improve accessibility of housing in the EC region through effective policies and actions supported by international cooperation. And it is inspired by 4 principles: environmental protection, economic effectiveness, social inclusion, and participation, as well as cultural adequacy. The second instrument we have, or let's say document we are based on, is the Place in Life in DC, a Regional Action Plan 2030. The Regional Action Plan aims to support governments of the UNEC region in the recovery from the COVID-19 crisis through the sharing of examples and good practices in facilitating investments and promoting the Building Better approach, as outlined in the report of the United Nations Secretary General, which is titled Shared Responsibility, Global Solidarity, Responding to the Socio-Economic Impacts of COVID-19. The Regional Action Plan was endorsed by the UNEC on the 6th of October 2020. A third document, which is very, very important for us, is the Toolbox publication, Housing 2030, Effective Policies for Affordable Housing in the UNEC region. It was developed within Housing 2030, I referred to it before, and it is a joint international initiative of UNEC, UN Habitat, and Housing Europe. Housing Europe is the European Federation of Public, Cooperative and Social Housing. It explores housing affordability challenges and existing policy instruments for improving housing affordability in the region, and facilitates the exchange and dissemination of good practices in improving housing affordability among countries and cities. Many useful housing policy tools are brought together in this report to promote more affordable, inclusive and climate-neutral housing outcomes. The tools are grouped into 4 themes: governance, land, finance, and climate neutrality, and are typically combined to shape housing systems to deliver improved housing outcomes. Our finance, yes, I think it's very important to stress that we have the results of the study, shaping investment pathways to deliver affordable housing, regulating financial institutions to promote housing affordability, non-profit provision of social and affordable housing, subsidizing rents to ensure they are affordable. It's a big subject. Rent setting, indexation and regulation to promote affordability. Microfinance for self-building and modernizing housing. And circus of household savings in order to finance affordable housing. The tools now. The tools are public loans, grants, and purposeful public investment in housing, interest rate subsidies, loan guarantees, and loan insurance to reduce borrowing costs, special purpose intermediaries to raise finance for social and affordable housing, sharing housing equity and costs, and revolving funds which repeatedly reinvest in affordable housing. Also, taxation to guide investment in housing is imperative. Now, the fourth document is the 2024 challenges and priorities for improving housing affordability in the UNEC region. The study, the study was conducted by the UNEC Real Estate Market Advisory Group. I referred to it previously, which is a team of specialists which assists the Committee on Urban Development, Housing and Land Management and the Working Party on Land Administration to develop stronger housing real estate markets. The study is based on responses and data of 32 UNECE member states, and its main objective is to help understand the evolution of housing affordability in different UNECE regions and identifies the causes of affordability issues through comprehensive data analysis. The study presents empirical evidence related to various household situations, such as poverty, housing tenancy, and household type, using academically accepted measures to estimate housing affordability with real data. The study also offers recommendations and best practices for improving housing affordability. First, we know that the main challenges of housing unaffordability are financial instability, population movements, escalating housing costs, decline in access to home ownership, limited public investment, and challenges in the rental systems. So the housing affordability particularities are supply-demand imbalances, regulatory constraints, and rising costs are main challenges. They have special dimensions, primarily affecting major cities. Here we are. You see the interrelation of all these elements I just referred to previously. Now, the evolution of housing affordability. Stagnant income growth is a significant factor worsening the housing crisis across countries. Housing stress impacts lower income households. Groups in vulnerable situations face disproportionate housing challenges due to market entry barriers and rising prices. And increasing construction costs create barriers for affordable housing. Regulatory barriers are increasing housing market challenges too, particularly for low-income people, families and recent arrivals. We must not forget this factor. And finally, housing inaffordability directly affects public health, necessitating integration into health planning and health policy. Now, the challenges in implementation. Financial difficulty challenges securing financing for projects, price inflation, rising housing market prices due to inflation affect affordability, construction delay and lack of renovation, household demand waiting, homeless individuals face for wait times for housing, important wait times for housing, and economic and legal factors are also important because they impact housing initiatives, administrative complexity, coordination issues, ensuring collaboration among stakeholders is always challenging, monitoring and evaluation, as they require expertise, and equitable distribution and land scarcity and contamination. Now, the recommendations, and coming to the end of this recent study, is that we have to establish measurable goals for housing policies that reflect the urgency of addressing affordability crisis, that we have to leverage data effectively in order to guide strategic planning and improve affordability outcomes in housing sectors, invest in innovative financing mechanisms, foster collaboration among the stakeholders, prioritize housing policies to address pressing issues of health, poverty reduction, and social inclusion collectively. Incorporate environmental sustainability into affordable housing initiatives. That's very important. We have a principle that houses of the poor, we wish not to be poor houses. And, of course, we have to ensure sufficient construction in the affordable housing. We must not forget that according to during our recent meetings, everybody said that housing is a human right, and we must not forget that. So, if you want to learn more, see us in Geneva, the 6th and 7th of October for the Forum of Mayors. 8th to 10th of October we have the Committee on Urban Development, Housing and Land Management, and also the ministerial meeting, and where the ministers of all these member states countries will come to work, and also to issue a declaration, we hope. And we have also the 9th of October, a ministerial workshop on housing-related needs and priorities for countries in Eastern Europe, the Caucasus, and Central Asia. Thank you so much for your patience.